on the agenda.
Okay, so looks like we're ready to go. So if everybody would please rise for the moment of silence, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
If you don't mind doing roll call, I appreciate it.
Veronica Lenzen.
Here.
Richard Wolf.
Here.
Michael Colahan.
Here.
John Foreman.
Here.
Joy Cologne. Kelly Malazzi.
Here.
And Steve Lemoyne.
Thank you, Margaret. Mr. Colahan, for being the first one here, please read Resolution TC 30-168, please.
Resolution TC 30-168, be it resolved that Joanne Glazer Ornstein be and the same is hereby reappointed as a member of the Trumbull Day Commission for a term extending to September 2nd, 2030.
Second.
Is Joanne here? Hi. Please state your full name, address, party affiliation, please.
Mic on. Turn the mic on.
Sorry, Joanne Glasser Orenstein, 40 Walker Road, Democrat. What else did you need? My social security number?
No, not today.
Okay.
Tell us a little bit about yourself and why you feel you're a good fit for the Trumbull Day Commission.
It's a lifetime appointment for me. I've been on it for a really long time. I don't remember how many times I've done it, but I really enjoy being on Trumbull Day. I honestly think I'm in my 12th year, something like that. So I think it's a great committee. We all get along really well, and I just want to keep going.
I think we actually served together in
Yes, we did.
2008.
Oh, that's even more. Than okay.
So in a good way, I'm
Yeah.
going to say you are a lifer.
Yeah, I wasn't kidding.
Any other questions for Joanne? Can we pass with unanimous consent?
Thank you.
Thank you, Joanne. Mr. Foreman, if you would, please read through Resolution TC 30-169.
Certainly. Resolution TC 30-169, be it resolved that Robert Finn be and the same is hereby reappointed as a member of the Trumbull Day Commission for a term extending to September 2nd, 2030.
Second.
Mr. Finn, if you would, please state your name, party affiliation, and address, please.
Robert Finn, 36 Merrill Road, and I am a Democrat.
Okay, please tell us a little bit about yourself and why you'd be a good fit for the Trumbull Day Commission.
Absolutely. So I've been on a committee for 2 years. I've also had been the Frenchtown Fathers Club president for about 5 years, as well as PTA. I'm also on the board of the AYSO Town Rec Soccer. I enjoy helping out, participating, and volunteering for the town. And for the last 2 years, I've helped run the beer and wine tent, and we've been pretty successful getting the Fathers Clubs to join and help out, and donating money back to the schools and keeping everything in house. So I've enjoyed my time here, and I would like to continue doing that for the next few years.
Any questions for Mr. Finn?
I don't have any questions, but I would like to say that I've served with Robert Finn on the Frenchtown Fathers Club, and I can't think of a better person to be a participant in this organization. He's a fantastic organizer and a valuable contributor to Trumbull Day.
Can we pass with unanimous consent? Thank you, Mr. Finn.
Thank you.
If I might, Kathy McGann, and I'm a CAO in Vicky's office, but I oversee Trumbull Day. The best people. They really are. Joanne has had such practice with Trumbull Day that everything just goes so smoothly, and she handles some of the more difficult situations in Trumbull Day with our vendors who come. And Rob, the beer and wine tent has never run so smoothly, and he just does a great job. I don't even have to think about it. It's just there. He does it. He keeps great records. I know how many cups we used. I know how many ice cubes we used. I mean, he's got great records, and I'm glad you've unanimously passed them because I need them. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Malazzi, will you please bring Resolution TC 30-170 to the floor?
Of course, Mr. Chairman. Resolution TC 30-170, be it resolved that First Selectman Vicky A. Tesoro be and the same is hereby authorized to enter into a certain host municipality fee agreement between the Town of Trumbull, Connecticut, and AC Trumbull LLC, copy attached.
Second.
Good evening. If you don't know me, I'm Dan Chopik. I'm town attorney. The agreement that's attached, in basic terms, this is AC Trumbull has purchased the digital complex, and the deal is with the state of Connecticut that they will be investing $200 million in that building in the town of Trumbull, and they get certain tax breaks through the state for that. In order for it to finally be approved by the state of Connecticut, the town of Trumbull needs to say, yes, we're in favor of this happening. They're still paying real property taxes. They're going to pay personal property taxes, and so there's no loss to the town, but there's going to be a tremendous influx of construction and fit up for the town. So we're very much in favor of this.
Any questions for Mr. Chopik? Can we pass this with unanimous consent? Good job. We're good, sir. Thank you. That concludes our agenda. Can I make a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Okay. All in favor?
you. Hello, everyone. Thank you for attending the September 29th session of the Finance Committee. Let us first stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands,
one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Margaret, please take the roll call.
Anthony Dorsey,
Here.
Tony Cinto, John Foreman,
Here.
Ann Sather,
Here.
Nikki Satin, Richard Wolf,
Here.
and Mary Isaac.
Here.
Thank you very much.
One.
Okay, we have 5 items on the agenda today. Mr. Foreman, can you please read Resolution TC 30-173?
Certainly. Resolution TC 30-173, be it resolved that $2,593 is hereby appropriated from the fund balance to 010600800584888 capital outlay.
Second.
Thank you. Who's here to speak to this?
Me. Hi, everybody. Kate Donahue, Chairman of the TCTV Commission. So we had $29,144 approved in the fiscal year 26 budget for capital expenditure to replace the servers that run the TCTV system. Between the time the budget was approved and a couple of weeks ago, our router went down, which is how our signal gets from one place to another. So we need a supplemental appropriation to fill that gap, which is the $2,900 we're asking for. And we can do it all together in one package with our vendor, DNR.
Was that the previous budget or the one we just recently just
The
passed?
one you just passed.
Okay.
Yeah.
And my question was it known that it would fail, or was it
No,
just?
we thought we had split it up into two sequential years. We thought we would do the router next year, but it failed sooner than we thought, so.
Any questions?
Yep, I have a question. Just point of clarification. So did you say $2,900 in the budget for this?
29,000 in the
Oh,
budget.
29, I'm sorry,
In the capital
29,000 was
budget,
in the
yeah,
budget
was in
for
the
this.
budget. Yeah, sorry
And
if
then
I
we
was
need
unclear.
another $2,500.
26.
Yeah,
rounded.
$2,600
Yep.
okay, thank you.
Yep.
What was the make and model of the equipment that failed?
I don't know. I'll have to get back to you on that.
I'd like to know that. Was it a switch or a router?
Router.
Yeah, if you could find that out, I'd like to know.
Did you
Thanks.
look at the quote from DNR? It's part of the packet. The router is an AJK Kumo 1616 compact 12G SDI router. On the last page of the,
It's not on the printed ones, it's online.
no, I think it's,
I don't see it.
it's the
It's
second
on-
page, it's
okay.
the back page of that.
If I would say that if we can have it ready for these meetings versus going online, that'd be appreciated.
Wait, what is this for?
No, I'll have to look it up.
Are there any other questions? Maria, yes, please.
The account is incorrect. The account number is 58188, not 54.
58188. Okay, so the 4 is a 1. Okay, thank you. Do we have to amend the resolution? Okay. Do I have a motion to edit the resolution to change the account number?
So moved.
All in favor?
And one last thing.
Yes.
Just to amend that, I need this to be emergency legislation because the servers are on their last legs. We normally do a live studio production election night, we're already cutting it really close to the wire. I can't even guarantee at this point that we'll get the equipment in time, so we're crossing our fingers that everything's going to be okay. But if I have to wait another month for all the procedural stuff to get posted and whatever, then we're definitely not going to make election night.
Just point of clarification, the almost $2,600, that is for future and what you want emergency resolution, or do you think there will be additional spending?
No, I don't think there'll be additional spending. But I am asking to make it emergency legislation. That's what I want to be clear about.
At the council meeting.
Oh, that happens at council.
That'll happen
Okay.
at the council
Sorry,
meeting, yes.
sorry.
That's
So
okay.
the idea
mind.
today is it'll pass the, recommendation to pass to the full
Okay,
council.
thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you, though. Any other questions? Okay, do I have a motion to pass unanimously? Okay.
There wasn't a vote on the amendment.
I'm sorry?
There was no vote on the amendment.
I thought we just passed it.
Pardon?
Yeah, I started talking over it. They approved
Okay,
it.
so do I have a motion to pass the resolution to change the,
We have the motion, we just need to vote on it.
do I have a motion to pass? All right, do we have a vote?
Objection, you can.
Without objection, can we pass this unanimously? Okay, no objection, okay. And now with that said, without objection, can we pass the resolution unanimously for the $2,593?
Yes.
Okay.
No objection.
No objection, okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Councilman Sather, can you read resolution TC 30-174?
TC 30-174, be it resolved that $423,877 is hereby appropriated from the fund balance to various accounts. The schedule is attached.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Hi, Maria.
Hi. This is supplemental appropriation to close out fiscal year 2025. And these are various accounts. The largest one being the workers' comp. That one is for $398,497, and basically has to do with a lot of older claims that we are settling. And also, even though the amount is large, there are less claims, but the dollar amounts are higher because of the cost of the services and also the lost time based on their increase in rate. I'm not sure if there are any questions on the other items.
Any questions?
Maria, I've got a question on that amount. Is this stuff that we already approved?
No, you approved I think it was 400,000, so this is in addition to that.
Approve the settlements, though.
Yeah, approve one settlement, yeah. Approved all the settlements that are final stipulation. You did approve one supplemental, I thought was 400, but I can't be sure right now.
So those were lawsuits, Dan, is that why?
They're workers' comp claims.
Were those lawsuits?
Workers' comp claims, yes.
Yeah. So we got how much total for the whole year? Like 800,000?
Probably. I can get the details. I don't have it in front of me. I could get the full details, how much it was for the year.
So why wouldn't we see these also?
Well, if they're by statute, you have to pay those claims. We're self-insured, so we pay everything, all the medical, all the lost time, the surgeries, and permanency, based on the statute. If there's a final stipulation, final settlement on all the claims globally, they can't come back, then it comes to the council because it's a final settlement.
So in the past, is this one of the higher years you've seen?
No, I think pretty much as every year is similar to this.
So every year we're about $1 million, say, in workman's comp claims?
Probably. This year, I think maybe that 400 was a little higher. I will double check. I could give you an history on
That's
Monday.
insane. All right, thanks, Maria.
Do we have I don't know if we would have to go into executive session in a town council meeting, but do we have a projection of what's coming down the pipeline versus having to do contingencies and
It's hard
supplements?
to project. I mean, unless we don't know if we're going to settle a claim. We don't know how many more claims are coming on. We don't know how many surgeries there are going to be. So it's really hard to speculate how much we're going to spend in the following year.
There should be a pipeline of what we think, right, of what's coming.
I could ask our third-party administrator, which is Karma.
Can we for at some point in the next 1 or 2 town council meetings have an idea of what's coming down the pipeline, just so we understand? I know we don't need a number, but if we know the pipeline, then it's something to think about.
Okay.
Thank you. Any other questions?
Very small. What was the early voting? I don't remember if I saw that in the
Well,
backup earlier.
it was additional staff that needed to be at the library for that early voting session. I think they had some issues. They needed additional staffing, and also we got reimbursed for some of it from the state.
Okay, that's what I was
It
going to
was a
ask, 'cause I
grant.
thought there was something with the state.
It was a
Okay.
grant, yeah.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
I do. Just, Maria, along those lines, though, so they have a plan of action moving forward in terms of early voting? Like, have they ironed it all out?
That I don't know. I don't know about that.
And I don't know if you can answer this either. Is the state gonna continue to give us grants, or was that a temporary thing? To is that just to get us going, and then we have to pay for the early voting from here on out?
Don't believe they're giving us some
It's probably 10,000 or so, around 10,000.
grant money. But it's a small amount. So.
Is it? My question is we're gonna have early voting forever now, right, in perpetuity? So I assume we're not getting grants for in perpetuity, right? So we're on the hook for that.
Again, that's an unknown until they
Okay.
decide whatever they're going to decide. So the state.
At the state level. Okay.
I think it was hard to start on a national election. Had they done, no, I'm just saying, hopefully, that was a lot thrown at all those volunteers and everything, so hopefully, we'll see this time if it goes smoothly, and better machines.
Any questions? Any other questions? Tony, go ahead.
Maria, on the animal control, do we normally have overtime in animal control from lack of staff or people weren't around?
Yeah, I think if Lynn has to come in on a weekend or after hours, she gets overtime because she may be short on staff.
Okay.
She has some part-timers, and if they're not there, she has to come in.
Okay.
And I
Thanks.
think she has to be supervised. She has to supervise the staff.
Yeah, I understand. All right, thanks.
Any other questions? Thank you. Without objection, are we able to pass TC 30-174? Councilman Stanton, can you please read Resolution TC 30-175?
Sure. Resolution TC 30-175, be it resolved that $275,000. I'm going to try this all over again.
Did you come from a dinner party?
I did not. You would think. $275,927 is hereby transferred from contingency to various accounts. The schedule is attached.
Do I have a second?
Should I do it again?
I think you did a great job.
Second.
Thank you. Maria, I think you're up again?
Yes.
Okay.
These are transfers from contingency to cover settlements on the contracts. There were a couple contracts settled. The mate contract and the largest one was Public Works and Parks. Those are the largest ones because they were for 3 years, 3-year contract that we're settling.
So it was contract negotiations and, okay.
Yes.
So it wasn't over budget, it was the money was there and
No,
they're
we
just.
budget in contingency when we don't know what the contracts are going to settle for, so.
Okay. Any questions? Okay. Do we, without objection, are we able to pass a resolution TC 30-175? Okay, thank you. Excuse me. Councilman Isaac, can you please read resolution TC 30-176?
Not sure if I can read it as well as Nikki, but I will try. Now you know I'm going to screw it up. Resolution TC 30-176, be it resolved that $206,930 is hereby appropriated from fund balance 01030101-501105, salaries overtime $52,478, and 01030101-534402, program supplies $154,452.
Second.
Thank you.
These are supplementals for the snowstorms. As you know, we budget a certain amount for snow removal and overtime. And we had several small storms during the year, and most of those were over the weekend, so that created a large overtime.
Any questions?
Real quick. So wait, overtime is the supplies?
No, the overtime is the overtime.
So what's the supplies?
Supplies is the sand and salt.
Got it.
Question is, we had to purchase more?
We had to purchase more.
Okay.
And we always try to keep some for the following year, so we fill up the.
But if I remember correctly, in the budgets, we were under it 1 year, I think the year before. Was it really that much more that we had to buy?
Well, I was told that because there were smaller storms, they was
Okay.
require more salt or sand. I'm not sure. Is it salt?
And who told you this?
Public Works Director.
Okay. Can we get, for the next council meeting, can we get him to
Yep.
walk through some more details? Because in the past couple of years, if I remember correctly, the budgets for that have been under.
Yes.
Thank you.
George did speak at one point. I don't remember if it was the Board of Finance and Town Council, but he did speak to those during budget season because he went through like the dates of the storms and the times, and it was different. It was like one of those where instead of having your typical snowstorm on a Monday and it's over, it was just over certain days and just the type of it. So it ended up being much worse than normally projected.
I get that,
yeah.
but I want an account for it. I wanted.
It's
just
probably,
wanted-
it's probably in the minutes
We'll
somewhere.
get a detail of the account.
Thank you very much. Any other questions? Okay. Without objection, are we able to pass the resolution?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Councilman Cinto, can you please read Resolution TC 30-177?
Resolution TC 30-177, be it resolved that $26,559 is hereby appropriated from fund balance to various accounts. Schedule attached.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Sorry.
These were small supplementals that we're not being able to transfer within the department. We normally transfer anything we can within the department, but if there's some excess, then we need to fund it through a supplemental.
So were these overspends or were they?
Well, they were. I mean, if you look at, for example, EMS, the increase is because there was an increase in volume of calls and also the percentage increase on the billing for the billing company. They charged, I think, 5%. We initially went out to bid to get a different vendor, and that increased. And the fire marshals that went up the overtime because they were all more after hours, emergencies, fires, et cetera.
One question for me is about almost $5,000 in the technology account. Do we know what that's about?
I don't know specifically what it was for. I can ask.
Can we have it for the town council meeting?
Yeah.
Thank you. Are there any other questions? Okay. Without objection, are we able to pass resolution TC 30-177? Okay. I believe that covers everything. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second. All in favor? All right. Thank you all.
Good evening. Welcome to the L&A Committee meeting for September 29th, 2025. If you'll all please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance in a moment's silence.
The flag of the United States of America, and the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Clerk, can you call roll, please?
Joseph Pivko.
Here.
Mike Buswell.
Here.
Steve Lemoyne. Veronica Lenzen.
Here.
Jason Marsh.
Here.
Ashley Gaudiano.
Here.
Tony Cinto. And Nicole Satin.
Thank you very much. Resolution TC 30-171. Mr. Marsh, will you please bring it to the floor?
Certainly, Mr. Chairman. Resolution TC 30-171, be it resolved and ordained that the Emergency Medical Services Personnel Tax Abatement Ordinances adopted by Resolution TC 19-85 and Resolution TC 19-244 are hereby repealed and replaced pursuant to the provisions of Connecticut General Statutes 12-81W. Full resolution attached. Public hearing, Town Council, October 6, 2025.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Marsh. Is there someone here to speak to the issue?
The name's Carl. Anyway, so last meeting, last month, we enacted the exemption for firefighters, and the question was asked, well, what about EMS? Because it's the same authorizing legislation with the state. Well, we just didn't get to it, so this is the resolution for the EMS workers. It mirrors exactly the ordinance as amended that we passed last month. And it's obviously the prescribed benefit from the state statute. There's one thing that we can delete, which is Roman numeral section 4 from part 1, which has to do with the finance director being authorized to enter interlocal agreements with other municipalities. Part 1 deals with resident EMS volunteers, so we don't need that provision in that part 1. So we can either amend it next Monday, council meeting, or you can make a motion now, it'll be in the minutes and we won't forget.
Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Seconded.
Thank you. Vote. All in favor? Thank you.
That's all I have to say. Any questions?
Okay. Are there any questions for Mr. Massaro? Okay. Hearing, are there?
I don't know that it's for Mr. Massaro, though you may be able to answer it, or if it's for Maria, but just curious about the tax impact. How many people fall into this bucket? What do we anticipate in terms of numbers there?
In the past, it would have been about 50,000, but now that we're increasing it to 2,000, I'm not sure. I didn't look at the, how many people would be affected by that 2,000. That's an additional item.
Okay. If it's easy and you can do it for Monday, great. And if not, then don't worry about it. Your list is getting quite long.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yep. Just so everybody knows, this is just an upgrade in what's already in place, just like the firefighters.
But just to clarify, Mr. Massaro, this is for volunteer EMS workers and not paid EMS workers?
That's absolutely right. Yep.
Are there any other questions? Okay, thank you, Mr. Massaro. All in favor? Thank you. TC 30-172. Mr. Cinto, will you please bring that to the floor?
Resolution TC 30-172 be resolved and ordained that the local option property tax exemption for disabled veterans, their spouses, and children is hereby approved. See resolution attached. Public hearing, Town Council, October 6, 2025.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Cinto. Is there someone to speak to this resolution?
You want me to start, or you want to?
Come on up with me.
A
We're going to do a
doubleheader.
duet on this one.
Okay.
What's that?
Favorite trio.
We're gonna tag team for a while, I guess. First of all, there's two resolutions, proposed ordinances that you have on your agenda tonight. We started with the one that follows. In that in that one, it is to provide exemptions for the surviving spouses of veterans who obviously have died. And that is something in the statute that's referred to. It was a very long statute. As you can imagine, the legislature went wild. But there was a municipal authorization to provide this benefit. And so that's what initially we put forward. Some of what is in the resolution we're talking about right now is basically mandated by the state. So our position is that we really need to not recite the state statute, because the assessor's office follows the state statute. There are several mandated benefits for veterans that the assessor's office follows in any event. And my feeling is, rather than to confuse us, put it in an ordinance, and then next year the legislature changes it. Now we've got an ordinance that says one thing, and we've got a statute that says something else. So we've been working with Mr. Mazzara. We've been trying to get through this. And I give him a lot of credit, because it is not the easiest statute to get through, and I give a lot of credit to Ms. Katsky, who has digested it and knows it better than any of us. So it was.
So how many lawyers does it take to explain this? Jason, do you want to join them?
Absolutely
Ashley?
not. I'm good. Thanks.
Don't ask us to screw in a fluorescent bulb, because we might try.
Ashley, however, would like to.
Hard pass.
So, we've all, well, I think both of us have spoken to Lynn Ormsby from the tax assessor's office. They have a very nice, concise packet of veterans' benefits in writing for an applicant to peruse. The state statutory structure for veterans exemptions is essentially in two parts. I think this is how they compromise their legislation up there. First piece is mandated benefits, which we don't have to do. We don't have to adopt that. It's automatic, and it's already incorporated in the tax assessor's office. They operate to implement those. So Public Act 25-163 was enacted this year and created some corrections of things and some what they call local options, which Attorney Shopik alluded to. And my attempt at writing up the resolution, which is the next one that follows, was to take all of that Public Act language, put it in our ordinance, and do that. There are some differences, which we're going to attempt to meld the two resolutions together so that we have one ordinance on the books when we're done next Monday that adopts the local options that the full council chooses to do. So we just have to decide about applying the state mandated, if I get this right, the state mandated exemptions for surviving spouses. The original legislation only exempted the dwellings of veterans. we are now allowed to exempt up to 2 acres of the veterans and their families' property. In Trumbull, there might be some issues if some qualifying veterans' home sits on more than 2 acres. A little exercise for the assessor's office. There'll still be a tax that the 100% disabled veteran and spouse and children would have to pay if their acreage is beyond 2 acres. And the third is for, I believe it's for disabled veterans less than 100%. There's a scale of benefit that's applied, and that's the very last paragraph of the next ordinance.
I think this is your ordinance.
Is this mine?
This is yours, yeah.
This is mine, okay, so this is, and it's, and I do apologize, but the very last line of that either was cut off or something happened, and it didn't complete the sentence.
Blame it on the dog.
I don't know, let the dog near my computer. So, we do have Attorney Tom Lee here, who has studied this and actually brought it to our attention, or to my attention, earlier this year. And he's a veteran with the VFW. Would you like to?
And the American Legion.
And the American Legion.
Thank you.
Professor.
Mr. Pifko, Mr. Buswell, my name is Tom Lee. I live at 29 Cobbers Hill Road in Trumbull. I am the attorney for both the Post 141 American Legion as well as 10,059, the VFW, life member of both organizations. Some of you I do know. Mr. Lemoyne, who's not here, is a veteran also. I recommend that you enact this. It was a disappointment to most of the veterans when last year the legislature only enacted the rule to cover the veterans' dwellings. Before that, there was the expectation that it would be all the property. When it went back up, I understand this year that the legislature was going to enact it and just add on to it the requirement that it also be the land, the real property in which the dwelling sat. And it didn't come out that way. So it left it up to the municipality to pick up the real property portion of it. Again, this is for veterans who have a 100% permanent and total disability that is related to their service in the military. I just don't know what, I would look at anybody in the eye and say, if you have 3 acres, 1 acre isn't going to be covered. But that's what they've done at this time. I understand that there is a move afoot by some of the posts and the statewide organizations, both the VFW and the Legion, to go back to the legislature as soon as they can and try and get this moved from just municipal approval to state mandate. I do not know the number of veterans who qualify as 100% veterans. I think in the town of Trumbull, when I last talked to somebody who would be in the know, I would think it was 12 to 14. I think that Maria may have some data from Lynn on that. Okay. And as a result, I can't think of any group of people that would be more deserving. To have 100% total disability is pretty serious business. At the VA, you have to lose a leg, lose an arm, totally blind. And there are other aspects of it that could total 100%. But again, it has to be related to your service. So I urge you, not every town in Fairfield County does this, and there are a number of municipal actions that can be taken for a number of the veterans exemptions under 12-81, which is the overall statute in the state that governs this. And this is section 83 of 12-81. So I don't pretend to be as bright on this issue as your assistant assessor is, but I do try and work with the statutes as well as I can. I do know that, I think it was Mr. Shopik that may have added a date of January 1st, 1950, is my right? I believe what you were trying to do, it's perfectly acceptable, is include the Korean War.
The statute required that we put a date in.
Yes.
So, there's the date. If you want to move it up, you can move it up.
No. The Korean War, the North Koreans came across the Yalu River, I believe on June 25th, 1950, and that was technically the start of it. But June 1st, 1950 is perfectly acceptable as a date, and that should be filled in, and it was filled in. So if there are any questions that I can possibly answer, I'm here.
Are there any questions from the floor? Okay, there are no questions. Thank you so much for explaining that. I appreciate it. Mr. Massaro?
Yeah, so I do have some handouts, so you have some homework this week that you can read about this public act and the veterans exemptions in general.
Mr. Marsh?
Well, I think we all are in unanimous support of this. I think given that we have some work to do in reading, I would just move to pass this without recommendation out of the full council.
All in favor? Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Massaro. Okay, that being said, that concludes our business for...
One other item, Mr. Chairman.
Oh, I'm sorry, that's the second one. That's how confusing it is. All right. Okay. TC 30 well, we were talking about both of them. TC 30-173.
I got you. Resolution TC 30-173, be it resolved and ordained that the local option property tax exemption for eligible veterans surviving spouses is hereby approved. Full resolution attached, public hearing, Town Council, October 6, 2025.
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Levson. Does this need an explanation, or should we carry this in the same manner? Mr. Marsh?
No explanation for me, but I just do want to acknowledge that there is a member in the gallery who came in support of this resolution, so I just would like to see her acknowledged.
I'm a surviving spouse. I'm of 100% disabled.
Well, thank you for coming. There will be a public hearing on October 6th at the Town Council meeting for that, unless you'd like to say something now? Okay.
No, I just didn't know if they were working on that, about the house and the land for the surviving spouse. That was the question that I had.
Okay, well, we'll
The exemption apply for the house and the land.
all right, we'll take that up on Monday. Yes.
So I would move to pass this to the council without recommendation as well.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Okay, thank you. All right, now, this time, that concludes our...
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Okay, thank you very much.